Now at first they are afraid, but later decide to refuse to sacrifice someone they love to the cult, and at once begin to have a conflict with the older group of witches. The coven of old witches then go after the renegades and attempt to torture them until they are called out to do as commanded by the cult. So the renegades quickly realize that the only option is to fight or be sacrificed themselves. So it might help if you could find a computer program that has different special effects. So I had an old one that produced an electrical or a lightning beam effect. And you could use this to show the older witches hitting the renegades who could return fire on the coven. And this will show the power that they have to hurt each other. And whoever holds the most power, which comes with a lot of pain, ultimately wins the fight. And the power goes into him or her, and the losers either die or flee. You could also show that the strongest of the group can get the pain out of the ones who are not so strong, or they could take turns holding the weight for each other. But regardless, they're all going to have a series of implants inside themselves, and they must all do something to get the implants and demons out of themselves. So watch the videos on this channel to know how to do this. So the whole point to this series is to entertain and educate at the same time. So everyone needs to know that the energy builds up in those who are lazy and like to stay in one place for long periods of time, like getting drunk and watching TV. Now to demonstrate this, show the old cult creating a monster. So film a loser in an armchair, drinking beer and watching TV, while the cult is outside circling around and around, projecting demons at this guy's house. And he just sits there, watching TV, drinking, and letting this all build up inside him, and slowly he turns into like a zombie. And you could use like an overlap effect and continue to use makeup or something to make him look worse and worse. Then he gets up enraged, and of course he runs outside to be controlled by the witches who called him out, and he's used to attack people. So the cult created a monster, and then they wield this monster against the renegades. Just remember, vampires or witches are not cool people who are healthy and strong. They all end up resembling the Walking Dead. So the younger crew learns to tolerate the pain, hold the weight, and at night, if a coven begins to circle one of their houses, and evil spirits start flying through the walls, and evil chants are heard, and things are moving all around the house, all sorts of poltergeist activity is happening. The renegades must get up, turn on the lights, put on some music, and begin exercising, trying to raise their frequency, put out positive energy, and stay strong. So it could be funny how you show this. The guy could be working out like Rocky, all the while poltergeists are causing all sorts of weird stuff to happen all around the house. So he ignores this evil spell, even though doors are opening and shit is flying off the shelves, and he has to duck every 5 seconds. And they outlast the attack until daybreak, where they could retaliate by invading the witches' territory. But by going outside at night, whenever these witches attack, is a program they use to get you outside whenever they decide to circle around your house and hit you. It's the same way that many of them were called out too. So it could lead to you getting arrested for doing something crazy. So anyway, you don't want to let the witches decide when you will come out to fight them, because it places you at a disadvantage and you can be walking into a trap. So let the witches sleep in coffins all day and only come out at night. Don't let them call you out to them. And soon the renegades are hunting witches. They find out where the older ones are having rituals, and they go to the areas where colonies of witches live, and they steal their power, and they bust up their covens, and they go door to door handing out their business cards for their website as a cover of sorts. And by watching the other videos on this channel, you will know how to find these places and what signs to look for. So write a screenplay that will be easy to film. Don't write something that will be difficult to carry out. So think about what resources that you already have available so you do not require a budget. In the gray, we plan on doing a lot of guerrilla filming. And that is just to go into stores or whatever location we needed to film in and just doing the scene quickly without permission or permit or whatever. And if anyone approaches you and asks you what you're doing, just say that you are looking for a rake or a bottle of soda, and then ask them to show you where that is. If they ask you about the camera, say you were just taking a picture of your friends. And if they start to give you a hassle, say, I didn't know there was a law against that. We were just joking around. Now please tell me where your housewares department is. And the easiest way to dress someone up as an employee is to have them wear like a noticeable red name tag. So you don't need to have a huge budget to do a good film. Hollywood spends millions of dollars and they create big piles of shit because they have no heart or soul or creativity, and all their scripts suck. So if you have a good idea and a good script, that's the most important thing you need. So just write the script while thinking about how you would carry it out. You can't start the first scene with James Bond jumping out of an airplane and then landing on a snow-capped mountain where he skis down the hill. And why would you want to? That Hollywood bullshit is getting old. And it's not about the money. It's about creativity and purpose and filming something with intelligence and meaning. Also, you don't need to write the entire screenplay at once. You could have a general outline and then write one 10 or 15 minute show at a time and add to it as you go along. Once you show others what you and your friends have done, others will want to work with you and they will bring their own ideas and opportunities to your project. So that's about it. So have fun and get the word out about what is happening in the occult world by educating people through entertainment.